Hello, everyone, and welcome again to yet another day, to share with you wealth of knowledge and experience concerning the Forex market. Welcome to Fortune Signature. It's all about building a fortune trading Forex. And I've actually done quite a whole lot within the last 2 days. And of course, if you actually ask questions on the group, the Telegram group, we're able to do justice to the questions that you asked, and we're hoping to also take more questions moving forward. Remember, Fortune Signature is a hub of independent and consistently profitable traders with proven signature trades that steadily guarantees a fortune. Over the days, we've actually talked about what Forex is, why trade Forex, and of course, we've looked at types of traders, we looked at trading types, we looked at terminologies too as well concerning the Forex market, and particularly how we make money trading Forex. And then lastly, we looked at when can you trade Forex? What times can you trade Forex? We did promise that we would start out today looking at the components of the Forex market and Forex analysis, right? Of course, there are three major components of the Forex market. There are the fundamentals, the technical analysis, and the sentiment. All right, we're talking about the three, the tripartite, should I say, positions or analysis that make up the Forex market. Yep, the tiers that make up the Forex market, they work hand in hand as it were. Okay, but of course, before we look at the three components of the Forex market in terms of analysis, we want to look at as well as selecting a broker, which is very important. Most of you are definitely going to have to select a broker that you will use trading the Forex. Remember, the broker is always the intermediary, between you and the market. So selecting a good broker for trading, let's start from there. The retail Forex market is very competitive, very, very competitive. There are quite a number of brokers out there, trust me. The numbers are enormous, alarming. Thinking of, how you sit through all the names and all the likes that you have available to you just to pick that one broker, trust me, it can be a very overwhelming task, especially when you don't even know what you should be looking out for in terms of selecting a broker. So let's discuss the qualities of a good broker that you should be looking out for as we get picking that Forex broker for your trading choice. First things first, you have to look at security. Security is key. I mean, it's just like when you're, doing business with a bank or you're a customer of a particular bank. You want to keep your money, of course, where your money is safe. You don't want to keep your money where the bank can fold up in another 2 days or 1 month or 10 months, as it were. You want to keep your money in the bank that guarantees safety and security of your resources. All right, so security is very key. Check the credibility of the broker. It's very important. You need to check the credibility of that broker. There are various regulatory agencies globally that help you with, helping you out with knowing the credibility of the broker. You need to confirm it. You have to check it. Don't get frustrated with prolonged, verifications because they want you to verify this and verify that. In fact, the more the verifications, in my own opinion, to some large extent, the safer your money. Yes, if they're going to stress you about getting started, then of course you can be rest assured that your money will be safe there, right? I mean, from past experience. All right, another thing you need to look at is trading the transaction cost. We've told you that what a broker charges usually is the spread. That's the difference between the ask and the bid price. That's what they charge most of the time as regards, trading Forex. And then, of course, the swap is another thing that they actually, do make their charges all about. But you will actually always be subject to transaction costs. Every single time you enter a trade, you have to pay for either the spread, like I said, or a commission or a swap. All right, so it's all about finding the correct balance between security and low transaction costs. There are brokers that offer reasonable spreads. You need to be careful, selecting a broker that has wide spreads. You know what that means? The wider the spread, the more money you're making for the broker, and the possibility of you not hitting, your targets often enough. Because it's going to take forever before it can materialize. Okay, so depositing and withdrawal of, with a broker is another key factor you want to consider. All right, good forex brokers will allow you to deposit funds and withdraw your earnings hassle-free. Yes, I mean, with a click of a button, using your Visa cards or MasterCards these days, you can actually, fund your trading accounts with ease. All right, if it's very easy to fund your account and easy to withdraw your money from that account of that broker, then of course, these are the kind of brokers you want to consider doing business with. Of course, you need to look at their trading platform too as well. In online forex trading, most trading activities happens, through brokers. Yes, they always happen most times through brokers. Through the broker's trading platform, I beg your pardon. Most times they happen, most of the time, through the broker's trading platform. So one time we say you're trading on MetaTrader 4 or MT4 as it were for short, it means that you're using the MT4 through the Forex broker's platform. Okay, so they can monitor, they can see your trades, they can monitor your trades, your entries, and everything as it were. So you have to be very selective, of the Forex broker you use because of the trading platform access. All right, this means that the trading platform of your broker must be user-friendly and, of course, stable. Very user-friendly and stable. I don't want to enter a trade, for example, where apart from the internet, apart from any other factors that could delay my entry point, and I've clicked on buy, and then the buy is just activated maybe like 5 seconds after, and it's not internet issue. I mean, it means that prices could have probably gone farther than I want to. So you have to be very careful, execution. Under normal market conditions, normal liquidity, no important news release or surprise events, a good broker must allow trades at desired entry point, which is what I just said now. If I want to buy price at 1.8901, when I click on it at that time, at best, microseconds, many people, the pipettes at best, my trades should be placed without any headaches. All right, what about good customer service? I mean, this is very key. Irrespective of where the broker is positioned in the world, you want to ensure that you're working with a broker that always has your time, a broker that always responds, a broker that treats you as, as number one, as it were, or the only client, as it were, if it was possible. Trust me, your earlier days of trading Forex will require a lot of back and forth with brokers. So you need to work with a friendly and responsive broker, that has good customer service and ease of contact, irrespective of wherever they are in the world. All right, so after all said and done, we would still always recommend FX Primers to you, okay? FX Primers, and I like their slogan, the safest place to trade. I mean, that just even says everything all about them. The safest place to trade. All right, with FX Primers, of course, there are some manipulations by some other brokers that we've noticed that, it's kind of safer here. All right, you get to know more about that as you get involved trading the Forex market. A link will be sent to you all on the Telegram group for your registration and your assistance with the registration. All right, so we'll post the group, the link to the registration, the link for you to register on the group, on the Telegram group. As soon as you see it, do register immediately. If you need any other further assistance, post your questions as regards, registering with FX Primers, and then you're good to go. All right, so let's get back to talking about the 3 components of Forex trading. All right, the 3 components of Forex trading. This is very key. The first one you need to consider is the fundamentals. Woo! The fundamentals. All right. Now, the application of fundamental analysis, in Forex trading, before picking a trade or not picking a trade, or knowing when to get into the trade or getting out of a trade, entails looking at economic conditions that affect the valuation of a nation's currency. In the first place, what are we trading? Currencies of countries, currencies of nations. And of course, what drives the currency of a nation positively or negatively most often are economic conditions that are affecting that currency at that time. Okay, so let's look at some of the major fundamental factors that play a role in a currency's movement. Economic indicators actually are reports that are released by government or private organizations that detail a country's economic performance per time. Now, these reports are released at scheduled times, providing the market with an indication of whether a nation's economy has improved or has declined. The improvement of the economy or the decline of the economy tells a whole lot on the currency, which also projects whether we're buying or should be buying or should be selling that currency with another pair relatively. Do we understand that now? Still on fundamentals, using economic indicators in Forex analysis. First things first, there's a site that we will go to. There are quite a number of other sites, but very most common one is the forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com. I'll get to open that in a bit for you, so you know exactly what it looks like. You're very much familiar with the environment. But of course, the economic indicators in Forex analysis, keep tab of an economic calendar. On forexfactory.com, it gives you an economic calendar every day. In fact, it gives you for the week, for the month. Yes, it tells you things that will happen that could affect the currency strength of that nation, all right? Which in turn will tell you how it will play out in the market, okay? So on the economic calendar on that hand, it lists the indicators and when they are due to be released. Also, you have to keep an eye on the future. Often markets will move in anticipation of a certain indicator or report due to the release at a later time. Now, know the market expectations for the data. Then pay attention to whether the expectations are met. That is far more important than the data itself. Don't react quickly to the news when it comes out. All right? They will tell you a news is going to break at maybe 1 p.m. for a particular currency. You don't want to just react quickly and jump into the news by selling or buying because you just want to pay attention to the details. Okay, pay attention to the expected data. Pay attention to whether the expectations are met. Far beyond just the data itself. All right. So often numbers are released and then they revise these numbers in the twinkle of an eye. They can revise the numbers in seconds. All right. And if they just revise the numbers, it could actually go against what you have actually say. So pay attention to these predictions, as they may be a useful tool for seeing the trends and reacting more accurately to future reports. Now, there are four major aspects of the economic calendar or economic indicators and Forex analysis for those that do a lot of fundamentals, as it were. Okay, the gross domestic product, that's GDP. This is considered the broadest measure of the country's economy, and it actually represents the total market value of all goods and services produced in the country during a given year. Okay, so if the GDP is very good, of course, it in turn affects the currency of that nation positively. Another part is what? Consumer Price Index. This measures changes in prices of consumer goods across over 200 different categories. All right, this report, when compared to a nation's exports, can be used to see if a country is making or losing money on its products and its services. All right, so it talks about what? Consumer Price Index. Okay, so another indicator for you on the fundamentals is industrial production. I like this one because this report shows a change in the production of factories, mines, utilities within the nation. It also reports their capacity utilization. That means this country is capable of producing these metric tons of this, but are they doing it? All right, the degree to which each factory's capacity is being used and utilized is a great indicator of how strong the currency is. It is ideal for a nation to see a production increase while being at its maximum or near maximum capacity utilization. Very key. All right, another indicator, the fourth one that you need to pay attention to, which we would see when we open the Forex factory in a bit, is retail sales. Measures the total receipts of all retail stores in a given country. This measurement is derived from a diverse sample of retail stores throughout the nation. Now, a timely indicator of broad consumer spending. How do the people of the nation, the consumers of the nation of this particular product, how do they spend, on certain goods, services, on certain products. What's the pattern of their spending, per season, and all of that. So these are the things that are measured, and with that, there's a projection to say that when it did this at certain time last year, there's a possibility you can do so certain time this year. It's with such projections, and of course, manufacturing and products, like I said, industrial productions and the consumer price index or the GDPs, that we can tell how strong or weak a particular currency is per time. So before we go into sentiment, let's quickly look at forexfactory.com. Let's look at forexfactory.com, and you see exactly what I mean with, let's look at forexfactory.com. That will tell a whole lot. Yes, there you are. So there you go. This is forexfactory.com, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the way it works out, okay? At Forex Factory, basically all you're coming to, you can see this is the calendar, all right? The calendar is what we are right now. There are other news from here, but the calendar is what we pay attention to most times, okay? The calendar is what we pay attention to most times. You can see we're very much registered. Of course, this is a particular time. Okay, so basically what you're looking out for are these various news. Yes. Now, most often they come in different colors. And you can see the date is here, Friday, June the 28th. Today is June the 28th. Okay, and at this time and these times, markets are supposed to, the market concerning this currency pair is supposed to move in a certain direction. There's volatility, on that particular currency pair or any currency that you pair up with these particular currencies. So, for example, all currencies could actually be affected concerning the G20 meetings. Of course, we know about the G20 meeting, the meeting which actually seats quite a number of presidents around the world. Okay, the G20 meetings, day one, all right? And we could probably notice that a lot of movements must have happened on some currencies. GBP, of course, at 9:30 a.m. this morning would have experienced some volatility. If you look at this folder, if you click on this folder, it gives you the detail of that particular news. What are we seeing here? Particularly, Office of National Statistics latest release, difference in value between imported and exported goods. You can see here now, this is one of the 4 factors we spoke about. Services, income flows, unilateral transfers during the previous quarter. So this is based on last quarter's projection. The goods portion has no impact because it is a duplicate of the monthly trade balance data. You can see. And so these are past, results, 2018, 2018, 2019. What happened, the forecast was 22.9B, and then the actual, the previous, these are the things, how they project to see how price will do. And what they are telling us here is that, before the news breaks, you will not see this actual. You will only see the forecast or the previous, yes, and you will not see this actual. The actual most times tells you how the currency will move, okay? If they tell you the actual is less than the forecast in figure or more than the forecast in figure, the currency will either buy or will just sell, so that's how it is. So people trade this currency or not trade this currency as it were, depends on if they're fundamental professionals, at these different times. The GDP, there's the euro, there's the CAD, and all. Another thing you need to understand about the Forex Factory is that these colors tells you how volatile or important the news is in order to move the market in a major direction. Okay, when you see a red, it means wow, that's a red flag. You have to be very careful. It's a very high volatile news. If it's an orange color too as well, medium impact, you can see medium impact expected. Put on the red is high impact expected. I have actually filtered my news, feeds to show me only medium and high impact. If I go back to this, which is the filter place, you can see the other colors, yellow and gray. If I click on apply filter, you will see more. I have been able to filter my own news, to show me only those 2 colors. This is the same 28, but now we can see more news reports. We have more yellows, and the yellows are, if you put a cursor on it, the yellows signify low impact expected. When there's low impact, there's really nothing big about it. So which is why I filtered my own to only show me, high impact and medium impact news. So that's basically what you need to understand about the fundamental, market. But of course, we'll be looking at a whole lot of other things that really, really does affect the market. Of course, there are many things to look at to consider. Okay, so back to fundamental analysis. Of course, we're back to the sentiment right now, which is the second component of Forex trading. Sentiment. Another site to actually listen for sentiment is www.thinkbiz.com. It tells you a whole lot about what a lot of traders are thinking concerning a particular currency at a time. All right, this is why sentiment analysis is very important. You need to pay attention to this. Each trader has his own or her own opinion of why the market is acting the way it does and whether to trade in that same direction of that market or against it. Every trader is moved by a driven opinion, okay? Each trader's thoughts and opinions, which are expressed through whatever positions they take, whether they buy or sell, helps form the overall sentiment of the market, regardless of what information is out there. So we talked about fundamentals first. Fundamentals talks about, the economy of the market or the economy of currencies, of nations. But sentiment talks about you and I, traders like you and I, like the big players, the hedge funders and all of that, okay? These traders determine, based on their opinions, okay, I think market should buy because it has approached a particular level. I think market should sell because it has approached a particular level. I think market's going to stall because of this and that. Some of these sentiments, which are based on opinions of quite a number of traders, you and I, determine how market moves in certain direction. So as a trader, you have to take all these into consideration. You need to perform sentiment analysis. What are traders thinking now? What are traders hoping to do? What are traders backing out from? These are things that will help drive, help make informed decisions. It's up to you to gauge how the market's feeling. Test the pulse of the market. That's what sentiment does. It tests the pulse of the market, okay? Whether it is bullish or whether it's bearish, then you have to decide how you want to incorporate your perception of market sentiment into your trading strategy. So that's the second component that makes up Forex analysis. The third, which is of course one of the most interesting, is the technical analysis, like basically price action, aka price action, technical analysis. I know you probably heard about an old adage that says history tends to repeat itself. Have you heard that? History tends to repeat itself. Well, that's basically what technical analysis is all about. If price refuses to break at key levels in the past, traders will keep an eye out for that particular level and base their trades around that historical price level. Oh, price has not probably broken this level in the past 2-3 weeks or 2-3 months or 2-3 days. Let's see, there's a possibility that it will get here and return. All right, at that point let's sell it, or at that point let's buy it. Okay, that's what technical analysis is all about. Technical analysis is the framework in which Forex traders study price movement. The theory is that a person can look at the historical price movement, and determine the current trading conditions and potential price movement. The main evidence for using technical analysis for most traders is that theoretically, if you think about it, all current market information that you need to decide whether to buy or sell that market is reflected in price. You trade price. You trade price, and it's aka price action. If price reflects all the information that is out there, then price action is all you need as a technical trading expert, as it were, that is what you need to make a trade decision. Technical analysts look for similar patterns that have formed in the past. All right, it's all about history, okay, and will form trade ideas, believing that price will act the same way that it had done before. It's that simple. All right. In technical analysis, the first thing that comes to mind is a chart. Look at the chart that I had right here to my right. Just like this. Price moving up and down. The red candles signify bearish, downward movement. The green candles signify an upward movement. That's just a plain chart that you've seen there. You can look at past data to help, spot trends and patterns, with additions to some indicators, which could actually help you find some great trading opportunity. As more and more Forex traders look for certain price levels and chart patterns, the more likely that these patterns will actually manifest and play out themselves in the market. Look at here, in this particular trade pattern or this chart that we have here. When price came to this point, it sold. When price came to this point, it sold. When it came back up to this particular point, it sold. Now, these 3 points wouldn't have probably mattered in isolation. But guess what? The fact that I'm able to draw a line from this point to this point to this point and extend it all the way down without seeing all this that have happened before, I would now look back and say, price came back on this, came back down, touched this, came back down. For those that will be learning more about technicals, this is seen as a trend line. That's in trend of where price has touched several times. Now that I've drawn it beyond where price has gotten to in recent time, I'm envisaging that when next price comes to hit this particular trend line I have drawn based on these 2-3 points, I would sell again. And so guess what? Price did not touch here, came back down. I could have made money, but I didn't get into it because it's a waiting game. Price got here, the second time, and I did not. The second time I did not sell because it didn't get to the trend line. But guess what? The moment price touched this trend line, the 4th time, it's enough probably a decision to decide whether to sell. And it did sell. It sold downwards for a bit, and you could have made some, 4 feet, maybe 20 feet, maybe 30 feet. Remember, the number of feet multiplied by your lot size based on your account size determines how much you're making per feet of entry. Okay, so which one of these analyses is best for Forex trading? Someone's going to ask. I talked about what? Fundamentals. I talked about what? Sentiment. I talked about what? Technicals. So which one of these 3 Forex analyses is best to use? At the end of the day, you should trade based on the types of Forex analyses you are most comfortable and profitable with. That means the more you practice using any of the analyses, you can decide that, okay, now that's the one I'm just going to stay with. There's no point forcing it. All right? Of course, remember, a recap, technical analysis is the study of what's currency price movement on the charts, like we showed just now. While fundamentals takes a look at how the country's economy is doing, which impacts on the currency of that nation. All right? And then the market sentiment determines whether the market is bullish or bearish on the current or future fundamental outlook. Okay? For example, we can say from this that it has touched here, it has come back, touched here, come back, and it's dropping. By sentiment, we're saying that this currency pair is bearish overall. It's bearish overall. That's what sentiment is. Technicals is that it has touched several times. Okay, so that means it's not like coming to touch here for me to sell. You can see that for technical does. But overall, in between, there will be a fundamental aspect. Look at this very long bearish candle here that could have been driven based on what? Fundamental. Long bearish candle that could have been driven based on fundamental. So having said this, all 3 fundamentals played out on this chart. Guess what? Fundamental factors shape sentiment, while the technical analysis helps us visualize that sentiment and apply a framework to create our trade plans. But at the end of the day, those 3 that I just mentioned, technicals, fundamentals, and sentiment, they all work hand in hand to help you come up with good Forex trade ideas. So if you ask me which one is far better or much better of all 3, I would say good Forex traders use all 3. Good Forex traders use all 3. In fact, you must be able to know how all 3 plays out before taking up your trade. Okay, so that's how far we could go and take how much we can take on the trading today and the training on Forex. I'm sure that it's beginning to make sense to you now. Yes, we're getting closer and closer to the point where you want to be tripping to make money, but you need to be patient. Okay? You need to be patient. When next we meet, we'll be looking at an aspect of technical analysis, moving forward, which is very important. We're looking at types of Forex charts and how price moves. Types of Forex charts and how price moves when next we meet. So based on what we've spoken about for today's class, in terms of the three components that make up the Forex market analysis or Forex trading analysis, yes, which is sentiments and fundamentals and technicals. And we also look at how you can select a broker. Ask as many questions as you can on the Telegram group, and we'll do as much as we can to do justice to it as well. It's another successful day of Forex training by Fortune Signature, and I'm always excited, always ready to be at your beck and call, with as many questions as you have. Remember, Fortune Signature is all about building a fortune trading Forex. Have yourself a wonderful day.